Hi, so today I'd like to talk to you about some of the deeper aspects of yoga. And in this case, I'd like to talk to you about the amazing intelligence that's in our feet. Our feet are so crucial for any yoga practice, as of course, depending on how you align your feet, depends how the whole rest of your body is aligned. And just think about this. Each of your feet has got 28 bones, 33 joints, over 100 tendons, ligaments and muscles, and over 1,000 nerve endings, actually over 7,000 nerve endings. So can you imagine what potency is in each of your feet? It's absolutely amazing. And there is an intelligence in there. Also, if you look at the subtle anatomy, you know, there's the nadis, the energy pathways that flow down through the soles of the feet into the earth, and from the earth up through the soles of the feet up into the body. So there's an amazing exchange happening between your feet and the earth. Now, your feet, after all, are the one part of your body that takes you everywhere you need to go. So you can't go anywhere without your feet. So your feet are absolutely crucial for your locomotion and for you to explore the world. There's a saying, you know, only where you've been with your own feet is where you have truly been, which emphasizes the importance of walking. And, you know, through walking, there's this connection created with Mother Earth. Your feet are the place where your soul force can actually anchor and connect and bless the earth. It's so special. Next time when you go for a walk, perhaps imagine, you know, each of your footsteps is blessing the earth with light. So in yoga, you can just have a few very simple alignments to make sure your feet are perfectly anchored. So let's just have a look. When we stand in Tadasana, it is advisable to have your feet hip width apart, because then you're really anchoring the weight and the strength of the hips down through the legs into the earth. So you have them hip width. You can measure that by the two fists between your feet. That measures that distance. And then it's important that you have the weight evenly distributed between left and right foot. So in yoga, sometimes we have movements where you sway from side to side, just to purposefully bring the weight onto, you know, the different sides, and then balance back into the center. Or you can sway forward onto the balls of the feet and backwards onto the heels. And again, you can do that a couple of times, and then purposefully bring your awareness, bring your center of gravity into that space between. So you're deeply anchored through the soles of your feet. And just check that you have, you know, your ankles slightly soft, your knees slightly soft. When you bend the knees, you want to trace the knees just above the toes. So when you're looking down from where you are, you want to trace down just across the toes. And when you lift the heel, again, you want to make sure that the knee traces along the toes. So if you're holding that awareness, you can walk on the spot like this, for example, and then you really feel the lower abdominal muscles, the core engaging, and you can feel the hips gently moving. So, but it really depends on how you have your feet aligned, depends how your hips are aligned, and therefore the rest of your body, because then your spine rises out of the hips. So what you can do, let's just do an experiment. You can just come onto your tiptoes. You can come down onto the full space of your soles. You can come to one side. Just bring the toes down and the heel towards the ankle into a tripod position. Just feel how that anchors you into one side of the body, strengthens one side of the core, and come back on the other side. So just playing with the weight distribution. You can also lift the leg like you would in the tree posture, but making sure you keep the center of the soles of the feet connected to the earth. And when you play like this, you feel when you stand on one leg, you feel the ankle, the ankle has to constantly adjust. It's this micro movement in the ankle and also in the hip, possibly in the knee joint as well, to hold you in that space, to hold you in that balance. And then when you come out of that balance and you have, again, both feet on the earth, equally balanced, left and right, front and back, in the right alignment, and gently softening it to the knees, you can then stand in Tadasana, and you can possibly come into an awareness of where you are so anchored and deeply connected that there's no more micro movements in your hips and in your ankles. You then really stand fully anchored and connected to the earth. Perhaps you can, with your breath, you can feel breathing in, energy coming up from the earth into your feet, into your legs, breathing out, down from your legs into the earth. You can feel that energy exchange, perhaps. Just try it. And what I like to do is I'd like to really invoke the intelligence in my feet, because your feet know exactly how they need to relate to the earth. Your feet are actually highly sensitive. Remember, there's 7,000 nerve endings in those feet. So imagine you can really perceive the impulses of the earth below you. There's so many messages going backwards and forwards. And you can perhaps imagine the soles of your feet are like big ears, also similar shape than your ears. So you can maybe imagine those ears are listening out into the earth and really deeply perceive the stillness and any messages the earth wants to give you today.